I will guarantee you, dogs only do what's rewarding. That's a very frustrating thing to get over, in your mind, because what that means is if the dog's got a bad behavior, we're causing it. I hate to break it to you, but that's the truth. If the dog pulls on a leash, we got to figure out what's rewarding about pulling on a leash. If the dog acts like a complete and total goon, we got to figure out what's rewarding about being a goon. The dog's chewing on the carpet. What do you think the one thing your dog wants, or any dog wants, more than anything?
Attention.
Oh, who said it? Attention. So what is your biggest weapon that you have? Your attention. Ignoring them. You walk into a kennel. Let's take it one step further. Dog's totally crazy. I got to put a leash on the dog to get it out to go for a walk. I start to open the door. Dog starts bouncing. I shut the door. I turn my back. I wait 15 seconds. Turn around. I open the door again. Dog jumps. I shut the door. The problem with this technique is very few people have the patience to wait the dog out. It's one of the reasons I don't like shows about dogs on TV. It's a wonderful thing called editing. They make it look like, oh, it just took 30 seconds. Trust me, you realize how long 7.5 minutes can seem when you're standing in front of a cage, opening and shutting it, opening and shutting it. But in the long term, you have just taught that dog you do not get what you want until you give me what I want. Okay, let's talk about the dirty word, punishment. I don't have a problem with punishment. I have a problem with the stigma and the definition people put behind it. Let's take just a basic psychology definition of punishment. Punishment is anything that decreases the frequency of behavior. Okay. Nowhere in that definition does it say beating a dog with a newspaper, rubbing their nose in their own crap, any of those other things, stepping on dogs. By taking your attention away from a dog, are you punishing them?
Yes.
What do we call that with a kid? Okay. Could I have a 7-year-old and an 11-year-old, could I beat my children daily and get them to do exactly what I want them to do? Yep. Would they be doing it out of learning or would they be doing it out of fear?
Fear.
So the question you have to ask yourself is, where do you want to fall? I'm not a dog trainer, I'm a stay-at-home dad. A lot of my examples will have to do with kids. Dylan, my youngest, when he was in preschool, was what my mom likes to refer to as me. I don't remember it that way, I was an angel. He would talk out of turn, he would get in arguments with the teacher, he was a pistol. Okay? So we have this little conference between us and the teacher. Teacher says, I want to try something, I want to put a piece of masking tape on his desk. If he does something out of line, we're going to give him a tally mark. And then at the end of the day, we'll talk about how many tally marks he had and how to improve it for the next day. I'm going, sounds logical, okay. We started doing it. First day it was 5 or 6 tallies. By the end of the week it was 10 or 12. Going 2 weeks it was 16 or 18. Okay? And he was coming home telling us, school sucks, I hate it, I don't want to go back. So all of a sudden the dog trainer in me comes out and I go, let's look at this a different direction. Let's put the piece of sketch tape down, but let's only give him a tally mark when he does something right. We'll reinforce it at home just like we were before, you reinforce it. First week it was like 12, dropped a few. Then it dropped to about 10. Then it got down to about 5. And when it got down to about 5, that's when the magic started happening, because he started coming home going, how do you think I could get another one? I said, why don't you hand papers out in class? Okay. Little things. We kind of turned him into, we molded or shaped, as dog trainers like to call it, him into a total teacher's pet. And he was having a blast. He was doing stuff. It was, but it was so funny when they described the first technique to me. I was like, okay, it makes sense. But we were focusing on the negative. We were not focusing on the positive. And the behavior got worse. The minute we started focusing on the positive, the behavior improved.